Good morning, guys. So I'm doing vlog number 4. Yay! They're fun. They are fun. But it is morning. Yay! Sean and John are already out the door, and Michael. And Matthew will be leaving soon. My sugar was on the low side. I just had some juice. And I am going to eat my last persimmon. I don't think I'm going to find any more in the stores now. I think their seasons are over. I found these in Sprouts. This is my last one at Sprouts. I like them on the firmer side, but I guess when they really ripen, you can eat them where they're on the really gushy side. Haven't experienced that yet, but I do like them firmer, and I found these in Sprouts, and I picked the last 3 that were firm. The rest were already gushy. But I am trying the green tea Hawaii POG, which was for pomegranate, orange, grapefruit. Has more of the orange flavor to it, and I think I like it. So I think next time I order some, I'm going to have them put more POG in there. Kona Mocha is still my favorite, but I do like to change it up every once in a while. So I do like the POG, and then I also sometimes get the strawberry pineapple. I like that too. But I love the Kona Mocha, so I'll probably tell them to throw like 5 of them in there. And then right now I'm making Vans gluten-free blueberry muffin. And although I'm not gluten-free anymore, I do want to minimize it as much as possible. And when I did do the gluten-free stuff, I did find these Vans blueberry muffins are really good. So I just stay with them. And I just try to minimize my gluten, which, as you've seen in some other videos, I use the einkorn flour when I make things, which has less gluten in it. So, yeah, I just try to minimize it. I don't eat a lot of bread. There are times where we do eat bread with dinner, and if I do make it homemade, I use the organic bread flour or the einkorn, so it really minimizes the gluten as well as organic, so it minimizes the pesticides and the toxins. So I am going to spread it with the maple butter from Trader Joe's. We still have it. Next time I'm going to get a couple more of these. These were really good. John really enjoyed it. So I'm going to eat that, get my sugar up a little bit, take my meds, and eventually make a tea. So today is a day of, I'm stuck at home today because Matthew has to go to work as well. So I don't have anyone to drive me anywhere. So I need to bake some stuff and cook some stuff. So kind of like a meal prep baking day. So that's what today is going to be like. So stay tuned for that. So I'm not doing yoga today because I have to do a lot of kitchen stuff today. Today, I pretty much set an appointment for myself to do the kitchen. Sean wanted me to make banana chocolate chip power protein muffins, so I got to do that because I have the bananas now. And I kind of underestimated that waffle. You know, just when you thought you knew a food. Yeah, those waffles are good, but they obviously send my sugar up straight up. And so I gave insulin to cover that. And that should go, I feel fine, but that should go back down. So that was just a bad guesstimate on my part. You know, with the prednisone, there's different reactions with carbohydrates, and those waffles always gave me trouble. I probably should stop buying them, but I like them too much. But I don't eat them all the time. I had a box in here. I think I still have 2 left. It's been in here for quite a while. This was something else I wanted to do. I wanted to clean out this freezer. I had gotten some meat from Kroger. I don't like getting Kroger meat, but it was cheap. So I do want to meal prep some of that, but because of the turkey that I have in the freezer, I want to try to get the meat in here. So I want to package that up. So I plan on doing that today. Since my sugar's high, I'm not having the fruit. And I wanted to show you this. I was watching some documentary series, and I'm always watching docuseries, and this one was about diabetes. But one of the things is that we don't get enough fiber, and I definitely know I don't get enough fiber. But they're saying that female should shoot for about 25 to 35 grams of fiber, and we don't. As much as I've been eating more fruit, and I do eat vegetables, I don't eat all. I mean, I don't know how much you have to eat to get 25 grams of fiber or more. And they say some cultures get up to like over 50. And those are probably the people that live in the jungle and that's all they have. But I had bought this a while ago, Arbonne Fiber Boost. And one scoop is 12 grams of fiber. So 2 scoops gives you to 24, and then you add into, whatever fruit you have or whatever vegetables, and you're definitely going to be getting over the 25. So I started doing that. I had it a while ago. So I'm going to make sure I do this regularly. And this is, it's a lot of, pea pectin and pectin and I think inulin, which is great for probiotics. So I added a scoop to my POG. Green tea Hawaii, and it's flavorless. And you can add it to other things. I think you could add it to baked goods too, but it's flavorless. So I've been adding it to my drinks. So 2 drinks, 1 scoop each, and I got 24 grams of fiber. I have noticed since I've been doing this that my blood sugars definitely, as well as I've been controlling it, I don't know, it seemed easier. It seemed like even with the prednisone, my sugars were on the lower side. So I just started this like a few days ago. So I'm going to continue with that. And I got to find that number of who I got that from. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do today. I want to bake the banana chocolate chip muffins. I want to clean up my freezer and meal prep. I'll show you the meat that I got. And I also have to water my plants. My plants gotta be watered. So we named them. I'm into naming plants. I love naming plants. That's Aphrodite. Since we're going with the Greek god theme with the cats, we got Athena, Apollo, and Selene, which was supposed to be Artemis, but Artemis doesn't roll off the tongue too well. So I looked up what is another name for the goddess of the night. And it came up Selene or Luna. There's so many black cats that I know that are Luna. So she became Selene. And so this one's Aphrodite. This one is Hades. Sean helped, name some of these for me also. And then that one is Poseidon. And Poseidon grew beautifully, which I'm very excited about. And then over here we have Hesperia, which is goddess of the house, the home, and the hearth. And then that one has not survived too well. Hades used to be there. We moved him. I have to get a plant. I actually put some of that wandering Jew in that pot. So I'm hoping for it to take place, to root, and hopefully thrive. But I do need a plant for that corner. And then I'll show you some of the others. So then in the dining room, there's Zeus on his throne. He's the one I had the longest. He is beautiful. And then over here in my office, is, if you can see by the light, there's Hera. Got to get Hera going. I didn't name the aloes. Actually, I did. That one's Mrs. Aloe. And then over here, I have Demeter and Persephone, her daughter. I had to repot them, so I hope they do well. This one I haven't named yet. This one was outside, and we brought him in. He could be a he or her. So we brought that one in. So that one didn't get a name. I'll talk to Sean to name that one. So that was Mrs. Aloe, because she was the second aloe, and she had a lot of babies, which I actually separated. And there's Mr. Aloe. I've had Mr. Aloe for like 4 years already, and he's just big and majestic. So he goes outside every summer. Mrs. Aloe, I just got this year. I just got her this year, and then these are all their babies, which I separated into 2 pots, and I didn't name the baby aloes. So far, I've been calling them baby aloes. Yeah, and then I have the succulents. Didn't name the succulents. Yeah, I'm strange that way. I love naming my plants. But yes, let me get back into the kitchen. I have some dishes to put away. I got those dishes over there to put away. And then I'm going to start, I think I'm going to do the muffins first. And while they're cooking, then I'll go through the freezer. That is my plan of attack. Plants are watered, and I had 1.5 frozen bananas in my freezer. And so I am going to save, where are they? I'm going to save these 2 bananas, maybe for John's oatmeal. I only opened 1 of the bananas. So instead of 3 bananas, I'm going to do 2.5 for the banana chocolate chip power protein muffins. But I got to wait till these thaw out a little bit because they're frozen solid. So while I'm waiting for that, here's the meat that I want to prep. So I don't tend to shop at Kroger all that much. I used to when I first moved here. But I believe all their chicken now is $1.99 a pound. And because of my eye issue, and I can't drive right now until that's all corrected, there are days like today where I don't have anyone to drive me anywhere. So I did that Kroger pickup one day. I ordered some stuff online, and you get your pickup date or time. And the boys went and picked it up. I'm like, awesome. So I couldn't really be picky on what we needed. But these big packages of chicken were $9.72. So I got 2 big packages of chicken, which I think I'm going to divvy them up. Not sure, maybe slice them thin. I do know that I do have to have some grilled chicken. John likes chicken sandwiches and everything like that. And I do want to make a white chicken chili, like a real one. I got to pull out a recipe. So I'm going to see how that gets prepped. But I got to prep these 2 to get them in the freezer. And then they had this on sale. I think I bought it once before when I first moved here. But the Kroger, these are 80/20 ground beef, 3 pounds, was for $5.74. 3 pounds of ground beef. I'm like, wow. So I bought 3 of them. So I have 9 pounds of ground beef here. So I do want to cook one up. And then about 1.5 pounds is like a good dinner for us. So this will be 2 dinners. So I'm going to brown one of these up. So that'll be 2 Ziplocs to freeze. Another one I want to make into 3 pounds of meatballs. And then another one I'm going to keep raw, just split it in half, put it in the Ziploc and freeze them. So that's what I'm going to do with these ground beef. And I'm still debating on the chicken. So let me get this started cooking while I'm waiting for the bananas to thaw out. Yeah. I got 3 pounds of ground beef starting to brown in here. I'm not going to season it. I think I'm going to dice up and chop up some onions and throw that in there because chances are some of the recipes I'm going to use require that. So I'm going to do that. But this is an 80/20. So there's going to be a lot of oil, a lot of fat. So I'm going to drain it when it's all cooked up. And then these were so easy. I literally cut them in half and then squeeze them into a Ziploc and then flatten them. So there's the 2 that are going to go in the freezer. And then this one I'm going to make meatballs out of because we love meatballs. Comfort food, spaghetti and meatballs. So I got to do that. I also have to make sauce. Maybe I'll make sauce tomorrow. So I'm going to make sauce tomorrow. Continue some meal prepping tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I do have the CSA tomorrow to pick up, but I put the sauce in the crock pot, so I can do that tomorrow because we're not going to eat this tonight. John's actually going to the Predators game tonight, so he's not going to be home for dinner, so I got to figure out what I'm going to make for me and the boys because I do not have any more leftovers. We went through them. So all my containers, which I'm very proud of my containers, I have them in size order, and they're all glass. So they're almost all there. So a lot of our food is eaten. So time to make more food. Yeah, so with the ground beef, I'm going to separate that into 2 meals. 2. One could be meat sauce, one could be taco meat, empanada meat, stuff like that there. Not enough for chili. We definitely want more than 1.5 pounds for chili. That's an idea, chili. I might actually put in an order today for Kroger. I got to see when the boys work tomorrow. But I might put in an order today or tomorrow. And I'm going to see if this meat is still on sale because then I can stock my freezer a little bit. I'm going to do that. And there's some other grocery items that I need. Next Friday is Black Friday, and so Thursday is Thanksgiving. So I don't want to go shopping next week, and then especially after that, the stores would be insane. So this little pickup thing was great. You just park, and they bring your groceries to you. And they actually did a good job picking out stuff, and they're supposed to pick out best quality. So we did it once. I actually like it. I might do it again. Because, yeah, I'm not going to be able to go to stores next week. I got Thanksgiving prep, so you'll see that video coming up, Thanksgiving prep. So stay tuned. But let me start on these meatballs, and I'll link my meatball recipe below. So let me get the ingredients and get that. Here's the 3 pounds of ground beef. Some homemade breadcrumbs that I had some leftover bread that I just put in the food processor. I'm going to put some salt. Flaxseed for more fiber. And that's 3 pounds, so I need putting in a little more. 2 eggs. And Italian seasoning. And then I'm going to mix it. Almost forgot the milk. The milk keeps it so moist. Put a little bit of that. Oops. Sorry. Now I'm going to mix it. Get it in the oven and then have them freeze them. So my meatballs are all rolled. Got them in the oven. I got it going to 405. For everyone who has ovens that work correctly, it'd be 400. Because I'm not, too keen on, I might actually put it higher. Maybe I'll do 410. Because they're going in the freezer, and then you're going to be heating them up in sauce. Well, I'm going to be heating them up in sauce. So if they're not cooked all the way through, that's fine. This is still browning. I'm going to get an onion and dice it to throw that in after I drain this. Actually, I think I'm going to drain it now. Because sometimes a little bit of fat is good. So I'm going to drain this now. And I'm still waiting for my banana. They're getting mushy. So after I drain that and put the onions in and cook that a little bit, then I'm going to start on the banana chocolate chip muffins. There I put the onions. I used my chopper to dice them up. Again, I'm not going to put any seasoning, no salt or anything. That'll go with whatever recipe I decide. When that time comes, I just want to get these in the freezer. Makes cooking during the week so much easier, especially if there are things going on. I got my meat draining over here. And then I'm going to add that back. Let me bring it over here. There we go. Going to get that going. Smells good. I'm actually getting hungry. Those are nice and translucent. Let me add the beef back. Look at all that fat. Yee! There we go. And then what I do with the beef fat, I think, what is it, like keto people or some people use it, but I am going to put it in a Ziploc and then I throw it in the garbage. That is what I am doing. And I've been washing as I go. Nice. So I'm going to wash that. Still thinking about what to do with that chicken. I think I'm going to prep some of it for John to grill. Maybe he could grill it this weekend so he could have for lunches. Or maybe I'll just pan cook some myself. Maybe I'll do that. I'm such a nice wife. So that he can have for lunch possibly tomorrow. So I'm going to cook one package, pan cook it with some seasoning, and then the second one I'll prep to put in the freezer. That's what I'm going to do. And these are ready to go, my bananas, so I can make some chocolate chip protein muffins. Yeah, Michael and Sean devour them. They go pretty quickly between the two of them. So, ooh, yay! And then meatballs when they're cooking, so they're gonna go in the freezer too. And Sean has off all next week, so yeah, he'll probably eat these tomorrow for breakfast, and then they'll be gone before school comes back into session again. So, which is crazy. It will be December when he goes back to school. A whole week down here of Thanksgiving break. Meatballs are done. So those are cooling down, and then I'll put them in Ziplocs to freeze, and then I have to clean those pans. Change of plan with this meat. Since it's just me and the boys today, and this meat is ready, I was thinking about making homemade pizza. But I wasn't sure if I had enough yeast for the pizza. But because I'm so wrapped up in this project and still haven't gotten to my freezer yet, up there, I think I'm going to do those beef enchiladas. I mentioned them before. When I had one of my surgeries, a neighbor of ours brought over beef enchiladas with this Mexican rice. And the boys loved the beef enchiladas. They weren't crazy about the Mexican rice, but I reused the Mexican rice. I made a taco bake, and they loved it like that. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of beef enchiladas. Hopefully they'll be leftovers because I have the corn tortillas from Trader Joe's, and I bought enchilada sauce. So I was looking at the recipe, which I printed over here, and I'll put the link below. So she said it's a chicken enchilada recipe, and you just use beef instead of chicken. And cool enough, you can make your own enchilada sauce, but I have the Trader Joe's enchilada sauce. I don't have all these ingredients, but I do have taco spice blend. I'm going to add that in there. Pretty much. That's pretty much what it is, taco meat. And then layer them in the dish with the cheese and bake them. What do you think? So I think I'm going to do that with this meat. And I'm going to put in an order for Kroger to get picked up today. And I'm going to get more of those chubs of beef if they're on sale. so that I can do this again, make some ground beef and freeze it since this is not getting frozen. Yeah, so I'm gonna add the tomato sauce and I'm gonna add the taco meat, get that simmering, and then I'll assemble that and that will be ready to bake tonight when we're ready for dinner. Yay, dinner plan done. And then now I gotta mash these bananas because they are ready to go. And I want to get these in the oven. So I'll start that too. I'm like a squirrel today. I'm all over the place. All these ideas, brainstorming. I am completely improvising this recipe. I mean, all the Mexican food has kind of the same flavor base, you know? So putting in 2 cans of tomato sauce. And then I'm going to put some adobo because I like the garlic flavor to it. And the adobo has some salt in it. So, and then I'll taste it to see if it needs salt. And then I'm going to put my taco seasoning blend, which I have to make more of. Don't have a lot left. Oh, I am really running low on that. So let that simmer. Let that simmer. Probably could have used another can of tomato sauce, but I don't have. I might have one. I got another project I have to do is clean out the pantry. I've been saying that for quite a while, but there we go. So let that simmer. Throw this all out, and I'm gonna finally start on the banana muffins. So that is 2.5 bananas. The recipe does call 2 to 3. And then 1.5 cups of flour. And I use the einkorn. One teaspoon baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder, and I use Arbonne. Arbonne, my favorite. 1/3 cup sugar. 1 tablespoon of vanilla. I put 1 tablespoon of milk, but I hit the wrong button, so it didn't film it. But 1 tablespoon of milk and 1 tablespoon of oil, which I put avocado oil. I got my grass-fed milk. 1 egg and 1 container of Greek yogurt, and I'm using the vanilla Greek yogurt from Trader Joe's. This is the last one I have in the refrigerator, so I don't have a choice. I'd rather eat it. So I'm going to add that in there. And then I got to get the chocolate chips. And the chocolate chips, that's all I have. Alexa, add chocolate chips to the Trader Joe list. Thank you. So I'm going to mix this up and put them in my pan. Scoop them in the pan. The meat's good. I don't need to put any salt in it. So I'm going to just let it sit there because obviously I'm going to bake it later. So mix this up and get it in the oven. 350, but my oven does it at 355. I should name my oven Tamara because she likes to do things her own way. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. So, yes, let me mix. Oh, made a mess. Okay. I need 2 hands. Go. Yeah, that Frank Sinatra song, My Way, that's my song. In they go for about, I think 15 minutes until they're golden brown and the toothpick comes out dry. So let me clean up. I do have to do that. Next stop, chicken. So I took out all the chicken from the 2 packages. Each package had 5 breasts, and they were pretty large. And I sliced them in half, and I had to trim them. So I guess for $1.99, you have to trim a lot more gristle from your chicken. So yeah, because I don't think with Trader Joe's and Costco, I don't trim that much, crap from the chicken. So I did that, and then I packaged half of it and the bigger pieces. So these are going to be ready. I'm going to freeze these, and these can be for chicken cutlets, which are the boys' favorite. So that could be dinner one night. And then here are my meatballs, so they're ready to put in the freezer. And then this other half of the chicken, I'm going to season with the Hidden Cove lemon garlic blend, which I like. Some olive oil or avocado oil, and then I'm going to pan cook them, get them brown on the outside. So I'm going to put it on a high heat so that it doesn't matter if, not too high, because I do want them cooked throughout, because sometimes he'll just take chicken and chop it up and put it in a salad. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these so that they're accessible. So for salads, for sandwiches, for another dish. So I'm going to get that going. So I got the flame on medium. Let me get these in. I still have to clean out this freezer. Yep, but those are there. In they go. Let's season these babies up. Very, very tasty. Smell the garlic. Let me get my avocado oil. Use the hands. Best tools. Oh, so another thing I wanted to tell you. I got a text from the egg farm that I get my eggs delivered, fresh eggs, to the house every other week, 2 dozen. They're stopping that until spring this year. They're not going to deliver during the rest of fall and winter because it's too cold and their chickens are not laying a lot of eggs. But to contact them to see if they have any, and then you could purchase them. So that sucks. I'm not going to be able to get my fresh eggs through the winter. I've been doing it for like 3 years already. All right, so that's good and seasoned. Let me go wash my hands. So those are ready. I have to remove them so I could put the rest of the batter in to finish that off. And then this is hot enough. Yep, hot enough. Get these cooking. There. Get those cooking. Yeah. Oh, let me do blood sugar check. Blood sugar check. 72. Right back to normal. Back to normal. Yeah, I'm actually getting a little hungry. I think I'm going to have a cheese stick just to satisfy my hunger for now. I got these Trader Joe cheese sticks. Everything. No, I was able to use one hand. Yep, cheese sticks. Got to clean up the mess. This is what I do when I'm home alone. So when I was able to work, when I had my 2 eyes going good, I worked 3 days a week, and I would still cook like this. I would meal prep for the upcoming week so that we had some quick meals because of work. But on the 4 days that I was off, of course, I would cook and have the leftovers and do all the shopping and the meal prep on those 4 days off. So, but now I have more time to myself until I get my surgeries. Still waiting on a date. I've not heard back from the doctor yet. And so it's going to be a couple more months of staying at home. But that's great because it's more videos for you. Yay. Yeah. So let me eat my cheese stick because I need 2 hands to open it. Those are browning. These are the last 4 of the batter. In they go. And I had removed those, so those are cooling down. I keep an eye on these. Sometimes one side of the pan gets browner than the other. Okay, so I'm going to finish doing that. And then I think I'm going to assemble the enchiladas. I actually am going to eat the persimmon. Persimmon, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. So now that my sugar was 77, I had the cheese stick. And I'm going to have the persimmon. Yeah, I had that gluten-free Vans blueberry muffin for breakfast. And even though it's gluten-free, it still affects your blood sugar. Sometimes I notice the gluten-free stuff, since it's highly processed and refined flours from other sources and other grains and stuff like that, sends your sugar almost higher than regular non-gluten-free stuff or gluten-filled bread products. I do limit the bread products because of that. I do enjoy it in small amounts. But yeah, it sends it straight up, and that was one freaking waffle. But I am going to have the persimmon, high in fiber, so that's extra fiber. I only had 1 scoop of that fiber boost in a drink. This is just water. But extra fiber, so it does kind of help keep the blood sugars at bay, and that your body doesn't just absorb the glucose that quickly when you have fiber-filled foods. So I'm going to eat that, and I think I'm going to get another drink and then see what I can actually eat for like a normal lunch. Yeah, because I am a little hungry. So these, I think, are done. That one's actually thick. I'm going to leave that one on a little longer. Yeah, that one's thick too. Wow, look at that mess. Got to clean that up. I had to pull out the big tongs. Don't you just hate when someone, who shall remain nameless, does not put back the stuff where it's supposed to go? Because now I had to pull out the long tongs. I have short tongs for cooking on the stovetop. And I only found 1 pair, which I used on the raw chicken. And I couldn't find the other pair to use on the cooked chicken. Oh, yeah. So the chicken is done. Gonna let that cool down, and then I'm gonna put it in a big Pyrex dish so that we can see what it is, and John can take when he wants. I can't believe how much of a mess that made. I should have used my splatter guard, and I didn't use my splatter guard. Shame on me. Usually the thighs make a huge mess. I guess I underestimated the breasts. I didn't think they were gonna make a mess, but they did. I haven't done that with the breasts in quite a while. Still waiting on the last 4 to cook. There they go. They're almost done. And then I found lunch. So I went through some containers that were in there. I found some green beans, that spinach pie from Trader Joe's. I forgot to tape that one. We had company over, so I didn't get to film that one, but spinach pie from Trader Joe's and 2 little pieces of meatloaf. So that, not the whole thing. I think I'll have one of those and the green beans for lunch, since I just had the persimmon. So I put the spinach pie in the toaster oven so that the phyllo dough gets nice and crispy. Those are almost cool. I put the chicken in this container, so I'm gonna let that cool down, put that in the refrigerator. These are done, so when they get a little cool, I'm gonna put them out and they could join their friends over there. I took out the ingredients, well, some of the ingredients. Start the enchiladas, but first I'm gonna eat lunch. I got the meatloaf and the green beans heating up, but I'm making my drink. So I put in a scoop of the Fiber Boost. And then these I found in Publix. These have stevia in them. I really like them, the lemonade and the limeade. It is very important that you drink lots of fluid with fiber. It's it's very important to drink lots of fluids in general. So I drink a lot of water, but two of my drinks obviously is going to have the fiber in it, and I just like sometimes better, flavor than water. The limeade and the lemonade I really enjoy, and then when we went the last time I went to Publix, I found the cherry limeade, and I really like that. So I have that in there. And yeah, I just use an old spaghetti sauce jar. One time I put a smoothie in there and put the lid on and took it with me. Spill proof. And it costs a lot less than glass reusable containers that they sell now. So you heard the beep. My food is ready. I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to start on the enchiladas. So now I get a lunch break. Look how pretty. So got to give insulin for my carbs that I'm about to eat. There's carbs in the meatloaf because of the breadcrumbs, a little bit of carbs because of the barbecue sauce and the ketchup. Probably not that much. I would say that is probably about 7-8 grams of carbs. Very few in the green beans. Maybe add another 1 or 2. So that's about 10 right there. Phyllo, that size is probably 12 to 15 grams carbohydrates. And then there was, I think it was 12 grams of carbs per scoop, which is pretty high, but a lot of this fiber is coming from fruit. So, and it is fiber. So when you do the net carbs, when you reduce the fiber, it almost comes out to 0. Grams because of all the fiber, because there's 12 grams of fiber and 12 grams of carbohydrates. So I think net carbs is actually 0, but I always go by total carbs. But I'm going to be a little careful and cautious on that because when it comes to diabetes, it's just a guesstimation, really. So that was 25, and then another 12. So that's 37. So I'm going to give 4 units of insulin. I do have prednisone, but there is a lot of fiber in that. And I've noticed the fiber does very well with the blood sugar. So I'm going to give 4, and let's hope it works, and we'll find out. So lunchtime is over. So I'm going to put the enchiladas in this pan. There's the meat. These are the 2 jars of enchilada sauce that I bought from Trader Joe's. I got to shred some cheddar, and then the corn tortillas from Trader Joe's. So basically like a taco or like manicot, manicotti. You roll the meat up and then layer them out. So I'm going to get going. Poured some sauce on the bottom of the pan. And then I had to microwave the corn tortillas with a wet paper towel because they were just going to crack right in half. But now they're soft and rollable. Perfect. So there you go. So each packet had 12. And so I only did 1 so far, and I shoved them in sideways. And you put the seam down. I put about a 1/4 cup of meat in each one. I still have quite a bit of meat, so I think I'm just going to freeze that, because that also makes some good tacos. But I do have another packet of corn tortillas, so I can make another batch if I want. But I don't have the freezer space right now to make 2 of these. So let's put the rest of the sauce. Let's see if I'm going to need to eat. Maybe. I think I'm going to use the second jar. Okay, so I'm going to pour the second one on because you want it saucy enough so that the corn tortillas get soft. So I'm going to put let me open the second jar. Okay, so here's the second jar. And now that I looked at the recipe, now I know that it actually shows you how to make your own enchilada sauce. So I'll do that next time. I'm coating it all over. That's it. And then I'm going to top it with cheese. Then I'll serve this with a salad. I don't know if I'm going to make rice tonight with this. I'll ask the boys if they want it with rice. Chances are they're going to say no. They like rice, but that's definitely not their favorite food. they'll be like, oh, no, that's fine. We'll eat it just like that. So I'm pretty sure this is going to go. Michael Matthew will probably eat like 3 or 4 of them. There. So now it just sits there. I'm going to cover it and just leave it out because it's 2 o'clock already. Sean gets home in about an hour. Michael gets home in about 2.5 hours. Matthew gets home in about an hour and a half. No, 2 hours, 2 hours. So, 3 o'clock, 4, and then 4:30. So they'll all be home. So I'm just going to leave this out. And then I'm going to freeze that and then start putting everything away and finish cleaning up. And then I am done for meal prep for today. Very progressive. Very progressive day. Still didn't clean that out. That might be tomorrow now. Yeah. So there you have it. I had a really productive day. I have some leftover taco enchilada meat for future tacos or enchiladas. And let me know if I can actually freeze that other packet of corn tortillas from Trader Joe's as is, and will it thaw with a decent consistency. So let me know. And then I have the grilled chicken, good for sandwiches, especially John's sandwiches. Quesadillas. I can make chicken salad with it or top it on a salad. So that's all prepped. I got my banana power protein chocolate chip muffins. I'm going to leave them out because Sean gets home in about 30 minutes. So if he wants one for snack, then I'll put it away in the refrigerator. Got the enchiladas ready for tonight. In about 3 hours, they're going to go in the oven to get all warmed up and melt the cheese. Don't know if I'm making rice with that yet. And I got to stock my freezer, although I did not clean it. That'll be tomorrow. But I got a bag of chicken that I trimmed and sliced, so it's ready for cutlets or to be grilled or whatever you want with it. And then I have meatballs that I made, ready for spaghetti and meatballs or meatball parm. And 2 bags of ground beef for other meals, 1.5 pounds each. So I cleaned all this out. So that's all cleaned. Stove was clean too. Oh God, it was so greasy. I still have to mop the floor, but I'm gonna do the dishes. So I'm gonna do the dishes. I'll mop the floor. Sean will be getting home. In the meantime, I'm gonna listen to my book on Audible. Bookshop around the corner. I really like it. It's so cute. And in Scotland and the Broke. And so, really great writer. I forgot what her name is, but I did really, really enjoy that book. And then let's see, before I go, how'd I do? Not bad. 139. So that's it. Ciao for now. So I put the enchiladas in a 405-degree oven. I think it was only maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and it's delicious looking. And then they did want rice, but at that point, the enchiladas were already made. So I had some leftover arroz con gandules. So why not? Puerto Rican with Mexican. Ooh, it goes. And then I made salads. Mine has the arugula. Yeah. Can you tell which one is mine? If you guessed the one with tomatoes, it is. Mine has arugula and tomatoes. And I also pulled out some sour cream and some guacamole to go with this delicious dinner. And if they want salsa, I'm going to pull out some salsa. But I think I'm going to end the video here. Blood sugar check 101. Mira that. Awesome. See? Oh, wait. Let me do that again. As you can see, look what that waffle did to me. Maybe I shouldn't be eating those waffles. But I don't eat them all the time. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to call my mother-in-law. I did get a surgery date, December 4th. So I'm going to be going in for surgery on December 4th. And I'm going to finish my Audible book tonight. John's at the pred game. I'm going to finish my Audible book tonight because I think I only have like 45 minutes left. So I'm so excited about that. And then picking out a new book to start up on. But that's it. We're going to have dinner. I hope you have a great night. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.